Hello, Callum. Welcome to VOV's Culture Rendezvous. What is the history of the race?
Actually, the exact origin of cheese rolling isn't known, but it's believed to have started in the early 1800s. Some say that the tradition goes back as far as the ancient Romans. They used to have a fort on Cooper's Hill, and they are credited as the first people to send objects hurtling down the steep slope. The practice is believed to have roots in pagan rituals. It's thought that the bundles of burning brushwood were rolled down the hill to represent the birth of New Year after winter.
How is the game played?
Well, the cheese currently used in the events is about 7 to 9 pounds, that's about 3 to 4 kilograms, of double Gloucester. Is a hard cheese that's traditionally made in a circular shape. To start the game, the master of ceremony will shout out loud, 1 to be ready, 2 to be steady, 3 to prepare, and 4 to be off. After that countdown, all the contestants will hurl themselves down this incredibly steep slope on Cooper's Hill after the cheese roll. The first person over the finish line at the bottom of the hill wins the cheese. Actually, the aim is to catch the cheese, but it's quite difficult because it has around a 1 second head start and can reach speeds of up to 70 miles an hour.
It sounds dangerous, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. Due to the steepness and the uneven surface of Cooper's Hill, there are usually a number of injuries each year. There was one participant that described the race as 20 young men chasing cheese off a cliff and tumbling 200 yards to the bottom, where they are scraped up by paramedics and packed off to hospital. Up until 2009, the cheese rolling was an official event, but it was called off over concerns for the safety of spectators. This, however, hasn't stopped the locals from continuing the tradition, regardless of the risks involved and the pressure from local councils to address them. Cooper's Hill cheese rolling keeps coming back every year. As a safety precaution, the cheese was replaced by a foam replica in 2013.
Is there any medical service on duty to help those who are injured during the race?
Oh yes, of course. A first aid service is provided by the local St John's Ambulance, Gloucester, Cheltenham and Stroud Division. At the bottom of the hill, members of a local rugby club and young farmers volunteer their services by acting as catchers for any participants who lose their balance, and they are always on hand to carry down any casualties requiring first aid who do not reach the bottom.
I can say that despite its dangerousness, the event is quite exciting and funny. Is there any fun things that ever happened?
Yeah, there is one fun fact about the cheese. There has only been one person who made the cheese for the competition since 1988, and that's Miss Diana Smart in Churcham, Gloucestershire. She uses milk from her herd of brown Swiss, Holstein and Gloucester cows. She's the only person in Gloucestershire making double Gloucester cheese using traditional methods. In 2013, the police warned the beloved cheesemaker, Diana Smart, that she could be held responsible if anyone was injured while chasing her cheese down the hill. As a result, a foam cheese was used for 1 year, but the real cheese made a triumphant return in 2014. One more fact. During the Second World War, rationing prevented the use of real cheese for the event. From 1941 to 1954, a wooden cheese was rolled down the hill with a small piece of real cheese in the centre. The Ministry of Food had to give special permission to use the cheese in this way.
Thank you so much for your fascinating story about the cheese rolling race in England. We hope to see you again soon. VOV's Culture Rendezvous will be back next week with more interesting stories about cultures around the world. This is Hoàng Tùng. Goodbye.